Well, hey, howdy, cousin Keith. Work has begun on your Model R reading lamp. Um, the problem was we had a whole bunch of solder around here and it still leaked. So to determine what the problem was, I melted off the old solder and there was a lot, that was like an ounce of solder. Anyway, the issue is that part of the font was depressed lower than the other side. So what happened was the washer, which needs to fit tight to the bottom of the font so this, a little bit of solder can seal it, on one side it was fine. But on the other side, I don't know if I can get in there close to see it, there was a considerable gap between the washer and the bottom of the font. This nut, I couldn't budge it. I didn't want to put too much torque on it because I didn't know if it would, twist the fuel tube up there or not. So we had a gap between the washer and the bottom of the font. What they tried to do was fill that gap with solder. Problem is solder, there's three phases of solder. One will gently melt it. A little hotter, it'll make it stick. A little hotter than that, and it'll flow like water. So you got to be right on with the amount of heat you use. That's why I use a little microtorch on this kind of thing. So how am I going to deal with that gap between the washer and the bottom of the font? Obviously, just filling it with solder was not the way to go. So I've done this on some other projects, stress cracks and other things. I take stranded copper wire, very fine copper wire, and like the old log cabin chinking where you'd put something between the logs to fill up holes, I take the copper wire and I would force it down into that gap, and I'd use flux to cover it, give it a little bit of tin solder, push more in, do the same, flux it and solder it until the gap was pretty well filled. So the next step is going to be, again, using tiny amounts of heat. I'm going to build up my solder reservoir around the whole thing. When I have the correct amount of solder, using a little bit of heat on my torch, I'm going to come back with an old school soldering iron, with the big copper head, heat that up, and then I can zip it around and give it a cosmetic finish so it looks good. When you get it, when I'm finally done, this whole bottom will be brushed out bright. I'm going to replace the cork feet which were missing on that, and we should be good to go. So anyway, we're making progress, and this probably happened very early. I don't know if you can see it. There's a slight out of round corner. I think this guy got dropped, and that's what caused this ripple in the bottom of the font. I don't think it was used very much after that happened. They tried to fix it and it leaked and they didn't use it much. And the reason I'm saying that is the filler plug, the lead seal, shows very, very little compression. So I think that probably happened right off the bat when they got this thing. That accounts for the excellent condition it's in. So anyway, that's it. We're going to fix it up. I'll keep you posted. Thanks for stopping by. Y'all have a good weekend. Bye.